Elections, but that's one factor. But also, if I look at the overall geopolitical picture, if I look at the macroeconomic picture, what we saw in the last couple of weeks in terms of volatility, which in my point of view is a clear sign of the fragility of some elements of the system, one should expect definitely a higher degree of volatility. That doesn't mean that it's going to be very high in absolute terms, but relatively to what we saw in the last 6, 9, 12 months, of course, I do believe we're going to see more volatility.
And given what we witnessed mainly last week, have you noticed any sort of change in client behavior?
Well, I think not necessarily, to be honest. When I look at also during the last couple of weeks, people kept their nerves quite solid in terms of not panicking. And the asset allocation proved to be resilient in those moments of stress. So for the moment, I don't see major changes. Of course, some people are starting to ask themselves, well, all these AI stocks that went up a lot, probably people start to be a little bit more questioning, what is the financial outcome of all this? Do they see some tangible sign of financial progress, not only technology progress? And in that sense, maybe a little bit of the volatility we saw last week was also driven by that.
Are you of the camp that the U.S. economy is heading towards a recession?
Not necessarily a recession, but definitely a slowdown is possible. I think that the macroeconomic indicators are not clear enough to talk about recessions, and actually it's probably premature. What we know is that the Fed has enough capacity to step in and support that, although it's going to take time, whatever they do, to be then transmitted into the economy. But for sure, in the U.S., talking about recession at this stage is a little bit premature.
Premature for a recession, but nonetheless a slowdown. And last time we spoke, you suggested that you're expecting the Fed to cut 3 times this year. Has the recent economic data changed your mind in terms of what the Fed might do?
I don't think very much. I think that there is enough capacity for the Fed to take actions, and probably they will do that, depending on data. And
how far do you think they will go in cutting rates this year?
Probably at least 50 basis points, but